Hello everyone, welcome to GB Bricks. In today's video, I'm going to be having a look at the Amazon Prime Big Deal Days. They last until the end of today as you're watching this video. Here in the UK at least, I was going to pick a few sets from Amazon.com as opposed to just Amazon.co.uk, but I'll be honest, when I looked on there, I couldn't really find anything worth talking about. So there's 5 sets here from Amazon.co.uk. What are some of the best deals from their big Prime Day promotion? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to start with a small set. I think it's nice to acknowledge the fact that there are some nice cheap sets that you can buy rather than always focusing on the big, more impressive looking ones. This is 60447, which is the off-road 4x4 mounting truck. This is from the LEGO City range, and its RRP over here in the UK is £17.99, which for me is a bit too expensive. This for me looks like a £13.49 set. That kind of price bracket that we get from LEGO at times wasn't the case when it launched, but at the minute on Amazon.co.uk you can pick this up for £12.75. It's also part of another deal, which is that you can save 5% if you buy any 4 qualifying items. Doesn't have to be LEGO necessarily, I don't think. So that's something to bear in mind too. But I do like these small vehicles from the LEGO City range. A nice way to populate a city if you have one built. And I do think it's one really that would appeal to children and adults alike. It could be one that a child will get a huge amount of fun playing with, and by the same token, one that an adult could display, as I mentioned a minute ago, in a LEGO City. This is one I've picked up myself and I'm happy to have it, so yeah, may well be worth considering. The next one then is 71426. This is the Super Mario Piranha Plant set. I've had this one for a while. I got this, I think it was for a birthday, something like that last year from my wife. And it's a really lovely little set. If you've got any sort of love for Super Mario, the Mario theme, this is a very clever set. You have the classic piranha plant coming out of the pipe, those large jaws that will snap at Mario if you've ever played one of the platforming games. You need to be careful when you're standing on those pipes. And it's currently £39.99 on Amazon.co.uk, down from an RRP of £57.99. That's around about a 30% saving. Again, it's part of another deal that Amazon have got going on at the minute, which is that you can save £5 on orders of £50 or more. So obviously this won't qualify on its own, but if you're picking a couple of bits up, you could well save another £5. Just be aware that not every LEGO set on Amazon is a part of that deal. So just read the small print and make sure you're picking 2 up that specifically mention saving that £5. This is a lovely one to display. I have this on display actually in my office, and it looks really good sitting there on a shelf. It's got a nice bit of maneuverability to it. You can move the leaves and the head, and a couple of coins come with it that you can deposit into the model itself. A really simple yet clever design from LEGO, this one, and a much more palatable price than the RRP. Staying with Super Mario then, we've got the Mario Kart, Mario and Standard Kart display figure, which released, I think it was earlier this year, wasn't it? This is a larger set, so we're moving into some bigger sets now. £149.99 at RRP as per LEGO, but it's currently £109.99 on Amazon.co.uk. That's just over 25% saving. 1,972 pieces for this one. Set number 72037. Another one that looks fantastic on display. I did buy this round about launch time. It was one I was looking forward to. I did have some problems buying it actually. A story that kind of makes me sigh and laugh at the same time. I bought this from LEGO directly, and I used a gift voucher that I'd been given. Again, must have been for a birthday or for Valentine's Day, perhaps from my wife. I forget now, but anyway, I used this gift voucher, and then LEGO never sent it to me. And then they sent me an email saying that there was a problem with my payment, and unless I paid, they wouldn't release my gift. They'd cancel my order. So I phoned them up and said, I can't see how there's a problem with payment. It's a gift voucher. You know, you give it to me, I scratch the back off. Whatever you do, I put the number in. What's the problem? And they got really shirty about it. They just wouldn't have it. Said unless I could provide the gift card, which by then I'd thrown away, they'd cancel my order. I was like, well, I've paid for it. And I ended up having to speak to managers and threaten trading standards and all sorts to get them to send it to me. It's the first time I've ever had a problem with LEGO. Their customer service is normally pretty good. Yeah, they were quite shocking this time, to be honest. But yeah, bad taste in my mouth aside from that memory of this set. It is a lovely set, looks fantastic when built, and for this price, so you're saving some £40, definitely worth grabbing. Another vehicle then, we've got 10353, which is the Williams Racing FW1 4B, plus the Nigel Mansell figure. They did one of these Lego last year for Ayrton Senna, and now I've released the Nigel Mansell set. I've got the Ayrton Senna one. I don't have this one. I have been waiting for it to drop down in price from the £70 RRP to something a bit more within my price range. Not being a big fan of F1, but I do like Nigel Mansell, and I do like how these look when built. £51.99 at the moment, so that's 26% off. It is another one that is part of the save £5 if you spend £50 deal. And of course, owing to the fact this is over £50 by itself, you would get that £5 saving, so that'll bring it down to, what, £47? I think that's a good price. I'm very tempted by this one. I think I might end up picking this up. This might be the one that I grab. They fixed one of the major issues from the Ayrton Senna set, I think came out the year before, and that's the size of the tyres. The rear wheel tyres were the same size as the front tyres in that one. They have rectified that for this particular set. It looks great. I like the minifigure. Very much looks like Nigel Mansell. Yeah, I think this may well be the one that I end up grabbing. And the final one then, it's the only one that I either don't own or I'm not planning to buy, but I do think it's a good price. It's just not something that I really have any need for in my particular collection, and that's the Lego City Yellow Bulldozer. This is 60466, down from £54.99 to £34.99. That's a 36% saving. You're looking at 682 pieces. It's a very impressive model. Get a couple of minifigures with it too, and some road signs and what have you. For a Lego City set, it looks really impressive. I'll be honest, at a first glance, if you don't see the box art and whatnot, I would have expected it to be a Technic set. I'm not saying the build experience is as evolved or as complicated, nuanced if you like, as a Technic set, but just at a first glance, it has that kind of look about it. Really nice size, very chunky model. Looks great. It's one of those that I'll kind of half regret not picking up when it retires, because it's just such a nice looking model. But if I do buy it, it will just end up in a pile of Lego that I don't really have any use for in terms of display or doing anything really with it. So I will restrain myself, but I think that's a very good price for what's a very good set. So there you have it. That's 5 deals from Amazon Prime's Big Deals Day, or couple of days as it actually is. Some nice ideas there if you're starting to look towards Christmas, or if you've got any birthdays coming up for people you know, at some good prices. Some of the best prices I've seen for these particular sets so far. Apologies, this one's not on camera as my GB Bricks videos normally are. Just stupidly busy at the minute with my other channel, Switch Up, and I wanted to make this video but just didn't have the time to go the whole hog and be on screen. But hopefully I will be next time. Do consider checking out some of my other content though. I've got a number of playlists covering all sorts of things, sales videos like this, top 10 sets and lists of all descriptions, mock building, reviews, all sorts. They're all on there, and do consider subscribing if you've liked this video. Take care, and until next time, happy building.